Coming at you full-fledged. It's your boy Regg, with another video for y'all. Welcome YouTube. Coming straight in. Like the video, hit that like button. Comment at the beginning, middle, and end of the video. Share for others to see. Subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell if you want to get notified every time I drop. And if there's a particular topic that you want me to speak on, hit that pin link in the comment section below. And before we get into this video, let me give a shout out to the Low Key Podcast. This is here on YouTube. Go search up the Low Key Podcast. He speaks on sports and various other topics societally. One of his more recent videos are the Will Smith Oscars scenario is centered around that. So if y'all want to go check out some more of the Lions Den basketball community's videos, go check out the Low Key Podcast, man. He's an up and coming YouTuber. And you know, we all gonna speak facts. We all gonna give our perspective from a young, quote unquote, black man, and we just want to get that out as soon as possible. So it's strength in numbers. So I'm gonna put his channel's link in the description below, and make sure y'all subscribe to that. So let's get right into it, man. So many of us know that all-star power forward of the Golden State Warriors, Draymond Green, is now 32 and on the backside of his peak. If y'all noticed, if y'all pay attention to basketball like I do, y'all noticed that he's made a smooth transition into the media. Y'all see Draymond Green on inside of the NBA more. He got his own podcast. He's transitioning because that's where he's going after he retired. He's going to be the modern day Charles Barkley. So I recently saw a post on social media, and it was a clip from the Draymond Green show where he had superstar point guard Stephen Curry as a guest for his most recent episode. During the interview, Green, he asked Curry a great question. He asked Curry a great question during this interview, and this piqued my interest as soon as he asked it, because I've never before this, I've never heard nobody on television ask this question, and it's a good question because I've thought about it myself. He asked whether Curry would keep the back-to-back championships he won in 2017 and 2018, or would he rather have capped off their 73-win season back in 2016 with a championship? That's a good question, bro. That's a good question. And y'all want to hear Curry's answer? This was Curry's answer, verbatim. He said, "I would say no, but I think for the rest of our lives, I'll still be able to just laugh at 16. So that's a pretty PC answer. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty PC answer. Draymond Green, after he said that, Draymond Green said, if y'all don't got nobody in y'all life, get you a Steph Curry. And I agree with that, bro. That was a BS ass answer. That was a bullshit ass answer. That was a great answer from Steph Curry's perspective as a leader of a team. You know what I'm saying? That was great leadership skills. That's what he should have said. Imagine if he would have said, yeah, I'll take those years back. All that hard work put in to win those back-to-back championships, 3 out of 5 championships. Y'all went to 5 straight finals, won 3. That's 60%. That's successful. Imagine if he said, oh, I want to take those 2 seasons back to cap off a season where we lost. That would basically say I would take all that back just for me, so we can accomplish this. What's the word? This hypothetical situation. You know what I'm saying? So, you shouldn't live your life with regrets. That's what I got out of that. Now, while that 2016 loss is super damaging on the Golden State Warriors in the history of the NBA, is one of the biggest blunders in finals history, he doesn't have any regrets. And again, they won 3 out of 5. So I don't really see the issue with what he said. It was from his perspective, he should have said that. Great leadership skills. Get you a Steph Curry for sure. Actually, and even Green spoke on this a little bit. Green said, if you would have said yes, which you should have, my heart would have been broken if you would have said that. So he was getting the same just from me. He's looking at team more than himself. Now, in the heads of all of them, I'm pretty sure they would have won all 5 championships. But, you can only, trip off what you control. And Green's take on the 2016 Golden State Warriors was that he still think that 2016 Golden State Warriors team is the greatest team ever. He still believes that. Now, he still believed that until the 2017 season. He believed that the 2016 Warriors were still the greatest team of all time before they acquired Kevin Durant. And now he still believes to this day, which he has a case, which they have a case, that nobody can beat that 2017 Golden State Warriors team. That 2017 Golden State Warriors team, that is a top 10. That's a top 10 all-time great team. You got to put them up there. That 2017 Warriors team is probably, outside of those Chicago Bulls in the 1990s, that team is probably one of the only teams to win multiple championships without an elite big man. Who did they have? Like JaVale McGee? No slight on JaVale McGee at all. JaVale McGee, one of my favorite players on my favorite team, Phoenix Suns. No slight on him at all. But who did they have? JaVale McGee, Draymond Green, Kevon Looney. Who else? Who else was that dude? Dude got traded to the Timberwolves. Jordan, I can't remember his name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Dude that got traded to the Timberwolves. They really didn't have an elite big man. And when you got the Splash Bros and Kevin Durant on offense, you gotta give up something. So while I don't necessarily agree that nobody can beat that team, I do agree with the premise that Draymond Green was saying, that they are one of the greatest teams of all time. That 2017 Golden State Warriors team, without a doubt. So, yeah. Now, in reality, now I know I just said all that. About Steph Curry, how the morale of his teammates would have been if he would have said yes, and him breaking Draymond's Green heart if he would have said yes. But in reality, he should have said yes. In reality, that nigga should have said yes. Like Steph Curry, the babyface assassin, the light skin with the green eyes, as Kendrick Perkins calls him. He should have said yes. Now, think about this. I need y'all to think about this. This is something I was thinking about as soon as he asked the question. What if the Golden State Warriors win the NBA championship on top of winning 73 games in 2016? Imagine they win. Like, do you realize the implications that has on the history of the game? Like, people don't remember, bro, how how the Golden State Warriors was looked at back then in 2016. Now they look at this as this dynastic team, but in 2016 they were still looked at as somewhat of underdogs. Now look, if the Golden State Warriors win in 2016, they're back-to-back champions. That's one. And they capping off the perfect season, basically. All-time record in wins. Championship. Back-to-back. Perfect season. That's never been done before. Outside of the 72-10. That's probably now looked at as a perfect season. Or the 72 Lakers who went 69-13. Back then, that was looked at as the perfect season because they set the all-time record of wins back then. They would have had the perfect season, back-to-back championships. Now, let's add a little bit more context to that. The 2015 Warriors. Now, a lot of people who just start watching basketball think who the Warriors first came on. They first came on scaring the whole NBA. They did not, bro. The 2015 Warriors were a 67-win surprise. Nobody saw that Warrior team coming. Nobody saw that Warrior team coming, even winning 67 games. Now, Mark Jackson, who's been in the news recently about potentially getting another coaching position in the NBA, he was the coach that catapulted him into contendership. Now, you got contending coaches and you got championship coaches. Mark Jackson, he started the culture. He established the culture. When Steve Kerr got there, he took them to another level. But outside of Golden State Warriors fans, I don't remember anybody. Now, I'm not gonna cap. I knew a couple Steph Curry fans back then. But even they weren't saying that he was winning a championship. Outside of Golden State Warriors fans, nobody saw them winning in 2015, no matter if they won 67 games in a regular season. Now, you can say, their opponents had injuries. But still, they were down 2-1 in Cleveland. The Cavs supposed to win that and go up 3-1 and win the championship in 2015. Steph Curry had a little slump, but in games 3 and 4, he snapped. 4, 5, or 6, he performed. And boom, that's one right there. Then in 2016, if they couldn't already get better, the 2016 season, they come in uber confident. I think they went on a streak. I think they won I remember that season. Bro. They won 20 straight games coming into the season, bro. That Warrior team, I remember, bro. They were dominant. They were revolutionary. They were 2-3 years ahead of everybody else. And to think they only won 6 more games. They only won 6 more games than last season. If they would have won that championship, man, they would have been a top 10 team. That 2016 Warriors team currently is not a top 10 team. But think about that. 73 wins, record-breaking, game-changing, streak-setting. Just think about the significance. They go from underdog 1 year to straight. We don't know what to do against these dudes. They up 25 in the third quarter. It's crazy. And some more implications. Draymond Green. Let's go to Draymond Green. If the 2016 Warriors win that NBA championship, Draymond Green not only potentially gets Finals MVP, because if he wasn't suspended in Game 5, it was looking like he was going to be the Finals MVP. Not only would that be the case, he potentially could have got better offensively. Because look at this. In 2016, Draymond Green averaged a career high in points, a career high in blocks, and a career high in rebounds, and a career high in field goal percentage and 3-point percentage. Draymond Green in 2016 averaged 14 points, 7.4 rebounds, 9.4 assists off of 49% from the field and 38% from three. 38% from three. In 2016, Draymond Green had a bag. And considering that he's a power forward and his career high, his second highest career percentage of field goals is 49, that's kind of bad. But this season, he was good. And the following seasons, he only had 2 more seasons post 2016 averaging double digits in points. Like, he could have got better. They got, after 2017 what happened in the 2016, what happened in the 2016 offseason. They acquired Kevin Durant. So a lot of people had to sacrifice. So I think if they would have won and they would have kept most of that 2016 roster, he would have got better offensively. And who knows what we would have been looked at as Draymond Green. Finals MVP, just had the best season of his career. He would have got better. Like, that's crazy to think about. And he's already a 3-time champion. A lot of people don't look at him as a Hall of Famer. I'm a little mixed on that. I think he definitely has a place. If they had a role player Hall of Fame, he would probably be up there as one of the highest. If they had a role playing Hall of Fame. But we just got to see how his career not over. Again, he's 32. So we'll have to see. Let's go to Klay Thompson. Now, Klay Thompson, that same year again, almost averaged his career high in points. He actually averaged his career high in points in 2017, the following year, but not by much. 22.3 in 2017, 22.1 in 2016. But he did average his career high rebounds, which is 3.8. He also shot 47%, second highest field goal percentage, and he shot 42% from the three. Now, again, like Green, without the acquisition of Kevin Durant and them winning the 2016 NBA championship, Klay Thompson also probably would have got better. Averaging 22. He averaged nearly 22 for 3 straight years. He averaged 20 in 2018, and he averaged 21.5 in 2019. So he's actually been pretty consistent, which is crazy considering they did get Kevin Durant. But if they never got Kevin Durant and they just kept the Splash Bros and Draymond Green, he probably would have been averaging 25 points a game. Now, to add to that, y'all know the Warriors back then were a package deal. You had Splash Bros and you had Draymond Green. Now, saying that if they would have won a 2016 championship, Klay Thompson could have potentially averaged 25 points a game. To add to that, Steph Curry could have got even better if they won a 2016 championship. Just think about that. Think if Steph Curry wins that 2016 championship. He would have got better, bro. At this time in 2016, he would have been 2-time MVP, 2-time champion, 2-time MVP, one of them being unanimous MVP. That's one thing nobody's ever did. Steph Curry got that under his belt already. 2 MVPs, A unanimous MVP. One of them being unanimously voted. Two-time NBA champion. One of them being on the greatest team ever, leading them to 73 wins. Revolutionized the game. Steph Curry from 2015 to 2016, he made damn near a 7-point increase on his average. In 2015, Steph Curry averaged 23.8 points a game. In 2016, his unanimous MVP season, he averaged 30.1 points a game off 50, 40, 90 shooting splits. That's never been done before. Not even Larry Bird. Larry Bird did it twice. He did it over 25 points a game. But nobody has done it 30 points a game, 50, 40, 90. Steph Curry did that. Now, with the acquisition of Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, the following season, I just told y'all he went up 7. When they got KD, his scoring average went down damn near 5 points. He averaged 25.3 in 2017. In 2018, he averaged 26.4. In 2019, he averaged 27.3. He averaged 20.8 in 2020. Obviously, he broke his hand, so he was hurt. And the next time he averaged at least 30 was last year when he won his second scoring title. It took him damn near 5 years just to get to 30. And considering they had Kevin Durant and he still averaged over at least 25, that just goes to show how good he is and how he can still get his sacrificing his numbers. Like, that just goes to show how good he is, man. Even before making the most threes in a season with 402 and the most threes of all time with right now 3,117 made, he would have been known as the greatest shooter of all time. I think he was being recognized as the greatest, at least 3-point shooter. Yeah, he was already recognized in 2016 as the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. So that championship would have just did so more. Now, imagine if he would have won that championship, then put up these stats. That just would have made it even further out of bounds. If Steph Curry probably would have won that 2016 championship, then who knows? He would have been. Then he wins sets these records after. It would have been hard to say that he's not a top 10 player. He revolutionized the game, did stuff people have never done. And think about this. I just told y'all about all his averages, right? If Kevin Durant never joins that Golden State Warriors team, Steph Curry, now he has 2 scoring titles. Steph Curry would probably have 3 to 5 scoring titles. Steph Curry would probably have 3 to 5 scoring titles if Kevin Durant never joined the team. They would have beat. And another thing that could potentially been added to Steph Curry's career, they could have went up 4-2, 4-3, 4-1. That's 73-19, which was great. Historically great. They were not the favorites. They would have beat a legit super team in the Cavaliers. They would have beat a legit super team in the Cavaliers. Just think about that. Bro. That's crazy. That 2016 season, man. That's probably one of it gets overrated in the final. I think that finals is overrated, but it was a great season. 2016 was a great season. I'm not even gonna cap. I remember watching that shit in high school, man. It's crazy. another possible accomplishment if they would have won the championship. Um, Steph Curry could have possibly won 3 straight league MVPs. Think about that. In 2015, Steph Curry only playing 32 minutes a game. He's dominating. He's out of the game by the third quarter. The game is over by the third quarter. He's only playing 32 minutes a game. So they got to give him MVP. This is the league MVP, Steph Curry. Let's give him the MVP. The next season, he ratchets it up. Averages 30 off 50, 40, 90. 73 wins. Wins the championship. The next season, who they going to give it to? Who they going to give the MVP to that next season? And more than likely, Kevin Durant won't be on the Thunder because they would lose to the Warriors still. But even with Russ averaging a triple-double, if Steph Curry win that championship, Russ not winning that MVP, averaging a triple-double or not. Because this is undisputably the best player in the NBA. They got to give him the MVP. Then he becomes again, he makes history again, becoming one of only 4 people in pro basketball history to win 3 straight league MVPs. Bruh, think about that. That's nuts. Bruh, that shit nuts, bro. That's crazy. Like, that's something to think about, man. That's something to think about. Even with Russ averaging a triple-double, something that ain't been done in at least 50 years, I still think if they would have won a championship, Steph Curry would have won 3 straight league MVPs. Like, it's crazy. And you know what's crazy? Because it's arguable that Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, either one of them could have won league MVP around those times. But the mainstream media was saying that KD and Steph Curry, quote unquote, canceled each other out. But they never said that when LeBron James had a super team and had D-Wade, and LeBron had a super team with Kyrie, or LeBron teamed up with AD. AD and LeBron was both getting MVP votes. But they never said, oh, they canceled each other out. But KD and Curry canceled each other out. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just something to pay attention to. Oh, one more thing, just to add to that. Imagine that 2016 Warriors team win that championship. LeBron James is done. Think about that. If the 2016 Warriors win that championship, LeBron James and super teams are done. Losing in 2011 against the Mavericks. Not to digress, but getting swept in 07 against the Spurs. All-time upset against the Mavericks in 2011. Getting fucking torched in 2014. Losing against an underdog in 2015. You had a chance to go up 3-1, you blew it. Then in 2016, you lose against the greatest team of all time with a super team. You had the better team still. Top to bottom, they had the better team, and they were the favorites. LeBron is done. Steph Curry would have been known as the nigga that ended LeBron, bro. I remember this like it was yesterday. This how serious this finals was. If Steph Curry wins that championship, that nigga LeBron done, bro. It's crazy. I remember this shit. I was going for the Cavs. Anyway, me personally, I wanted the Cavs to win because it was so many bandwagon Warrior fans. But even back then, I realized the severity and who wins this. Whoever wins this championship, this is where the league is going. Like, just think about that. Now, I gotta give LeBron his credit. It almost took everything wrong to happen. Almost everything wrong that could have happened did happen for the Warriors, but the Cavs still came back 3-1. I give him credit. And LeBron extended his career because if he loses that, I don't know how he goes on continuing his career, bro. Like taking these big ass L's back to back to back to back. But yeah, another thing to wonder: where does KD go if they win a championship? Because if they win a championship, I don't think they look for Kevin Durant. They don't need Kevin Durant. But at the same time, they still would have lost Harrison Barnes. So what if the Warriors, now this would have been some bullshit. I kind of understand why they lost because because honestly, I still think to this day, a lot of people don't agree. But when you think about it, a lot of people do agree. If they never get Kevin Durant after losing 2016, they don't make the finals again. Like just how they lost, it was traumatic. I don't even think they would have made the finals again. They would have made the playoffs. But the finals, no. And if they did, they would have lost to the Cavs again. Because they had them, they had their brain. They had them psyched out. They blew a 3-1 lead, and the way they blew it was traumatizing. I'm pretty sure they went to a sports psychiatrist after that. But what if that Warrior team winning the championship added Kevin Durant? That would have been some fuck shit, boy. I swear to God, boy, that would have been crazy. That would have been nuts. But he could have possibly went to the Wizards. You know, there was talks back then. His hometown, D.C. He would have played with John Wall, Bradley Beal at the time. But Bradley Beal back then was not the Bradley Beal now. And even Bradley Beal now is really overrated. But that was kind of a good decision to not go to the Wizards because he would have been playing with another Westbrook, and John Wall. John Wall just a lesser Russell Westbrook. So, but then I remember back then too, it was talks about him going to Miami. But I don't really know how that would have worked at that time. This is 2016. D Wade was kind of on the back end. D Wade was still playing, but I think, yeah, D-Wade was still good, but he was a little older. I think Chris Bosh was retired by then. They could have built something around them. I think at that time, it was talks about him going to the Celtics too. But that's a question to ask. Where does KD go if they win that championship? How long does it take for him to win a championship? Because as soon as that was a guarantee. So I remember this vividly. I was going to get fireworks with my cousins and stuff this day. Then on our phone, we got notification that Kevin Durant just signed with the Golden State Warriors. We both said, me and my cousin both said, they winning the championship. They winning the championship. Like, who's going to beat them? And they end up winning. So, who's to say Kevin Durant wins a championship the next season after leaving OKC? Or if he ever wins a championship, if he doesn't join the Warriors. Like, these are all alternative situations to think about. And yeah, man, that's something to think about. It's crazy. But this is my conclusion here. This is just a little quick what if, quick little scenario, quick fantasy thing, whatever you want to call it. Hypothetical. And it's some serious stuff to think about when you mention the legacies of Curry, KD, Bron, Russ. Because what if Russ, even averaging a triple-double, he don't win an MVP? Think about that. Now, he still would have been a historically great player doing something nobody's ever done in 50 years, but that's a big accolade taken off him. It'll be look like, okay, you led your team to a winning season and got a triple-double, but Steph Curry still like years ahead of you as a point guard. Yeah, man. Right now, this day, April 16th, uh, um, no, I'm tripping, my bad. Now, in reality, the decision to acquire Kevin Durant in 2016, during the 2016 free agency, was mutually beneficial for both parties, the Warriors and Kevin Durant. Uh, but we know all championships are not valued the same as others. Uh, former former opponents, just a couple months ago in a 7-game series, teaming up, one to win their first championship and just certify their career, because Kevin Durant almost did about everything there was to do. 4 scoring titles, league MVP, youngest scoring champion. All he needed was a championship. Deep playoff runs. He made the finals in 2012. All he needed was a championship to cap off his career. And the Warriors, looking to extend what would have been a very short peak. It only would have been a 2-year peak. They added 3 years to their peak. So it was mutually beneficial for the two. And they would, like, again, no KD, no more rings. That's how they go. But again, mutually beneficial for the two. Now, with the playoffs approaching, we on Saturday. Today's Saturday. Let me look up something real quick. Hold on. Let me look up NBA schedule real quick. Any playoff games? Yeah, they play tonight. Now with the playoffs starting tonight, the Warriors are the 3rd seed at 53-29, facing the Denver Nuggets in the first round, with last year's league MVP, Nikola Jokic, as the leader of their team. Now, if the Warriors are able to pull out a championship during this playoff run, and the team is spearheaded by Curry, then we got to talk about Curry in a different light, man. If this team win a championship, if they pull out a championship with this roster, spearheaded by Steph Curry, then we have to talk about him as a Tim Duncan-esque point guard, being able to win championships with different casts of players over a period of time. That's when we got to start. If he win a 4th championship and finals MVP preferably, I don't know. We got to start talking. Right now, I got Steph Curry in my top 20, the highest, top 30, the lowest. But if he win one more and a finals MVP, we got to put him top. We got to move him up, man. I have to think about that. Now, me personally, I think the Warriors' championship window is closed. I don't think they're making it out the West. But for some Curry and Warriors fans, that's something to think about going into the playoffs. Something to think about. This is a big season for y'all. This is a benchmark season for the Warriors. I got Clay back. Draymond Green gonna be back. He was an all-star this season. Draymond Green was an all-star this season. Andrew Wiggins was an all-star this season. They got 3 all-stars on their team. Plus, Klay Thompson just got back. If he can't win or at least make the finals with this team, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know. What did y'all think about that question? Was Steph Curry right to say no, he wouldn't take it back? Would Draymond Green have got better if they won the championship? How Klay Thompson would have done? Who would they have replaced Harrison Barnes with instead of Kevin Durant if they won that championship? What if they added Kevin Durant still after winning that championship? Who do you have winning between the Warriors and the Nuggets tonight at 7:30? Drop all that in the comments below, man. Again, like this video, share for others to see, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell to get notified every time I drop. If there's a specific topic you want me to speak on, hit that link in the pinned comment section below. That's the Cash App. Donate to the Regg, man. Donate to the Regg, man. And